welcome to She Codes. Today we are having with us Ms. Shruti Balasa. She's a full stack web developer, a course creator, and a YouTuber from Bangalore, India. In the last 10 years, as a self taught web developer, she has developed and deployed more than 200 websites, starting from the static ones to full fledged social networking sites and e commerce websites. As a fresher, she was placed in Citrix R&D division. However, she confidently quit her job in 9 months to pursue her passion and a career as a web developer at a startup. She was also the chief web developer at IUE magazine for over 6 years. Then she took a maternity break, and after a year, she started working on creating her first course on HTML and CSS for absolute beginners on Udemy. 4 months back, she launched her own brand, Thyrus, which is a YouTube channel for providing tips and tutorials to aspiring web developers. So please welcome a very hardworking Ms. Shruti Balasa on She Codes. So Shruti, tell us about yourself. How has been your journey as an engineer?
So I got into a premium institute, RV College of Engineering. It was one of the top 10 institutes in the country at that point of time. I got into computer information science branch, which was, the one of the hottest or most trending at that time. I didn't know where I'm headed. I just wrote the CET just like anybody else does. I even wrote IIT JEE, all of those. And I thought, okay, let me, just get into a college and let's see where this takes me. I had no idea. And then, slowly into, software engineering, there were so many languages, there were so many things. I felt, okay, I'm good at it, but maybe not the best types. So I had a few, moments of low of confidence and many things like that. But then in my third year engineering, I got an internship opportunity at Microsoft. So I was the only person from my branch to be selected for that after a grueling round of 3 rounds of technical interviews. And that really shocked me that, okay, so this is what I'm really capable of. Okay, that's great. And that was a 3-month internship that entirely changed my life. I realized that this is what I might want to be doing my entire life. This is where I belong. And that was great. Soon after my engineering, I got into Citrix as a fresher. And that felt really great because it was a high paying salary and everything felt perfect. But somehow, 9 months into it, simultaneously, I was learning web development for another idea that my friend had. While working on it, I felt, okay, I can see that I'm being pulled towards this a lot more than what I'm doing at my job. Web development is something I'm more passionate about, and working on my own ideas with that freedom is something I do a lot better than the job. So I said bye-bye to Citrix just 9 months into my job. I quit very confidently from that high pay package to completely zero because it was a startup and we were just starting then. So few months there, I was on zero salary and building stuff. But I felt that I was actually living that time, because every single minute I'm coding something, that I'm passionate about. I'm working on something that I really like. So that went on for about 6 years, and we built a lot of beautiful stuff. We built websites for a lot of clients, a lot of web apps. I tried everything. I tried hands at designing, developing mobile apps, even marketing. I have done public speaking. I have even, taught math at school. So I tried my hands at everything. And then I took a maternity break. Then 1 year of, confusion of where am I headed? What am I doing? Where was I and what is happening? What will happen to my career and everything? Slowly, I thought, okay, I think I should continue to share my knowledge. I have the little time with me to do at least that. So let me, start creating courses and start creating tutorials. And here I am today with my YouTube channel currently. And I see this going a long way.
Wow, quite a journey, I would say, because it's a very tough decision to take, at a very early stage of your career, from getting, from a very fat salary paid to working in a startup, and then having your own startup. It's really amazing to know, So how has been your journey as a tech educator? How has been the transition, from building this knowledge to spreading the knowledge? What was the thought that, motivated you in this direction?
Okay, so actually, what happened was I was wanting to learn. I don't know which framework or stack I was wanting to learn. So I went to Udemy and I purchased one of their courses. Or I think I was just even checking the the introduction of the course. And then I felt this could go on Udemy, something like this. I'm sorry, but the quality was not up to the mark, up to my expectation of how a course on Udemy should be. So I thought, if this could go, I think I can make something better than this. That sparked something. I said, oh, hey, why not then? I have had a teacher within me, from my school, from my childhood. So whenever my friends couldn't understand a concept, I have tried to explain, especially math. I've been good at math, and I've tried to explain it. And whoever I've explained to, they've always said, hey, you'll make a good teacher. So suddenly all those thoughts came in, and my dad has been a professor at a college. So maybe that has flown in the blood. Maybe it has come from him. I thought, why not? Let me just give it a shot. I started recording. I started making a whole curriculum of how I could teach HTML and CSS in the simplest way possible. I looked at other courses. I felt they are too elaborate, 14 hours, 20 hours courses, complete web development boot camp. Not everybody is able to complete that long a course. I felt, why not something very short with something as basic as possible, just a 4.5 hours course, and you can actually build a complete website. So that gives you confidence, and then you can move on to larger courses, learning more concepts. So that was my thought process, and that's how I made my first course. I published it, it was accepted, and a lot of people started telling me it's great. There's a 61-year-old person who completed my course and said,
Wow.
yeah, 61 years. He's like, I'm starting now. And he actually completed an entire website. He even hosted it, and he sent me the link. So something like that happened, and that gave me even more confidence to continue in
I'm
this field.
sure.
I enjoyed it as well. So that's how the
That's
transition happened.
amazing. That's amazing to understand, how you started and how you've been running it. What were the challenges you faced, in the journey of starting this thing up, and how did you overcome them?
So the main challenge is you need a setup when you're recording videos, and there has been no room in the house that is, pretty that allows me to do that. So that was a main challenge. And then, my son could pop up anytime in the video, right?
Right, right. I can totally relate to that.
And he could start screaming, "Mummy," and then I'll have to stop the video, record it all over again. You don't get an entire stretch of 1 hour or 2 hours sometimes. So these have been the challenges, but the way I overcame was like very weird. I don't know if anybody else would even attempt this. So what I used to do was write the complete script of my video first,
Wow.
and yeah, the complete thing, even the pauses, even the words that I stress, I used to capitalize and make a note of it entirely on my phone, so that I could do that anytime, right? Even while my child is playing, just right in front of me. And then when he sleeps, I would do the video recording, not the audio, just the video recording. And then I would do a voiceover reading the script and, editing it. So
Oh
each
my
video,
God.
even if it's a 10-minute video, it would literally take me, more than an hour and a half, or even 2 hours. But that was really the only way I could make it. So my first course took me almost 500 hours to make, though it's a 4-hour course. It took me 500 hours, and I think spanning across 9 months. 9 to 10 months is how long it took me to do it, but I didn't, give up in between.
Oh
I
my
wanted to
God,
publish it, and
that's
I did
quite
that.
hardworking of you. Yeah, I mean, recording and having a voiceover, two different things, and editing that
Yes.
up. just for the audience is a lot of hard work, I must say that. And it shows your passion, in educating the society. So I'm
Yeah.
really impressed. So what's the best thing that you have seen so far with your startup, and what has worked really well for you?
So I have always been told that your teaching methods are simple,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever you put across, oh, I've never come across this concept in this format,
Mm-hmm.
or I've never seen this before. So I feel my journey of 6 years and my working with different number of clients, different kind of interns, and
Mm-hmm.
different people has given me a better insight into the way people think. Or especially when you work with clients, they have absolutely no idea about how all of this works. So
Mm-hmm.
I have been talking to them, and I know what it takes from a complete non-developer to come till here. So
Mm-hmm.
after talking to them, I have learned how to explain it from literally nothing, somebody who knows absolutely nothing about computers, to
Mm-hmm.
beginner level and a little expert level. So I know where my audience is right now. They probably have no idea, and I try to leave the technical jargon out of it completely. I try to
Mm-hmm.
explain in as much simple words as possible. Even when I'm writing blogs, I try to use least technical jargon as possible. So that, I think, has been a strength,
Mm-hmm.
and it's working out in my favor, and it is being accepted. So just within 4 months, I have almost reached 700 subscribers. I didn't think that would happen, but that happened on my YouTube channel. So that gives me more confidence to move further in this direction.
Very nice. Thyris is the name of your channel, right? Uh, how you see your channel growing further? What are your long-term plans with Thyris?
So it initially started as tips and tutorials. That's what it still is. But what my plan was to give smallest of the tips that I have encountered through my freelancing journey and through my interacting with clients. There are a lot of holes that are missing in many courses and tutorials. That's how
Mm-hmm.
I started. But then I see that there is so much more that I could do. There are elaborate courses, real world projects that people don't know how to execute, how to work, how where to learn. There are so many things that could be covered, and that's what I plan to do. I want to see what is missing, and
Mm-hmm.
which let's say, actually what is missing is the practical experience, right?
Right.
So you take up a course, but then you don't know what to do next with it. You have a project idea maybe, but there is some bridge that's missing between the two, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know the languages now, you know the framework, you know how to probably add two numbers using Python or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't know how that's applicable to a project. So this is the gap I'm envisioning to build using my courses, by
Mm-hmm.
actually taking up real world examples, applications, and then teaching through my tutorials how to do it completely from end to end. That's part of the plan for the future.
So basically, you're trying to make students of all the categories industry ready, right?
Yes.
I would love to understand your thoughts around this edtech world for software engineers, because you have so many channels around. The market has picked up, especially post COVID. So would really love to understand your thoughts, and I also want to understand how's the market and how you are able to differentiate yourself in this intense competitive field. What is your thought?
Yes. So as competitive as it is, the number of students entering are so many. So each person has a different way of understanding things. Each person has a different preference for a tutor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there are two teachers, A and B, some people, maybe A is really famous and popular, and his teaching methods are really amazing. But there
Mm-hmm.
are very few people who connect to B, and
Mm-hmm.
they cannot relate, get into any course that B does.
Right.
That's how it is. And I'm just talking about A and B, but there are lots of such types, lots of people who learn from theory first, lots of people who learn practically first. And there are different methods of learning, and similarly there are different methods of teaching. So I see that though it's very competitive, there are that many languages today, that many frameworks today, that many tools, and so many students. So it's a mixture of everything, and each tutor has his own market. You just have to, keep going in what you're really good at, in the direction that you have expertise in, and students are always ready to, jump right in when they see that passion in you, when they see that energy, they connect to that, and they feel, oh my God, when she is teaching with so much enthusiasm, I want to learn.
Right.
So it somehow gives that connect instantly, and then they want to learn everything that you teach. So that's how I see, me going further in this field.
Rightly said. It's all about connection. It's all about how they are relating to you, your style of teaching, and how you are, handling their problems, what sort of case studies and things like that. That especially the
And,
method
and
of teaching, right?
And also, sometimes you upload videos, you upload courses, and then you're not available to answer the questions. It does
Absolutely.
happen, right? But then I want to make sure that I'm available. So if you see my Twitter account, I'm like active all the time. So I receive so many DMs every single day, and I make sure that I answer to them as much as possible. It might not be possible going to the future, going if my following increases, but I want to be available as much as possible. It's fine to be available to 100 people than reach out to 10,000 people and not be available to anyone. So
Right.
that I really want to do that, so they feel that okay, she's there. If I have a doubt, I can contact her. That doesn't mean you contact me for the silliest of the doubts. So if somebody asks me very silly question, I say first Google this, see what the response you get, and then get back to me if you don't get the answer. So there's a balance, of course, but I want to be as much available as possible throughout.
Very nice. So, my last question to you is, as a women engineer, how has been your journey, and what's the message that you want to give to the women engineers out there listening to you?
Okay, that's going to be a long one. So I have always seen that, wherever I went, be it Microsoft or Citrix, there were very few people, very few colleagues that were women, right? It was quite, surprising to me that why don't women get into such fields? So we have come a long way in the last 50 years. That's when women have started, it's just very recently that women have started working. And then in tech, there are much less women. So I really want to support every single, woman I come across who wants to get into tech. Not everybody wants to, but those who want to get into tech, they have a lot of inhibitions within them, thinking that, is this really for me? Yes, even men face that, but women face that a little more. Right? They face the imposter syndrome a little bit more, and
Right.
they feel insecure a little bit more. They are doubtful a little bit more.
Mhm.
So, and also seeing that there are very less women, they feel, oh, then maybe it's quite challenging. Maybe that's why I'm not able to get into. So I would really like to set an example here, saying that no, all of you also can. First, kill all your doubts, right? Just go ahead and be open. Do ask all your doubts, whatever it is. Just go on. Challenges will be there throughout your journey. It's there for every single person, not just you. So when you feel, if there's a question on your mind saying, oh, I'm a woman, will I be able to make it? I think you have to kill that right there. That should not be the question at all, because there are so many examples also right now.
Mhm.
And it that thought of I'm a woman should not come at all.
Right.
You are actually even more capable in many, because I don't think men are as capable in multitasking like us, especially mothers, right? So I think you agree with me that we have this inbuilt quality, and
Right.
that's really important. And even when you go to leadership roles, and I have seen that women are able to lead with grace. There's a little bit of compassion also, and they are stern as well. And not many men are able to do that. So we have these qualities which are so natural in us. We have to remind ourselves that this is needed in this industry, and without any doubt, just keep marching further. And it's actually even better when there are very few women. You can, right now is the time you can set an example. A few
Right.
years from now, because of people like us, we hope to see that equality, but now is the time we have to take action and be there so that we set examples for the next generation. That's what I'd like to say.
Yeah, I completely agree. Empathy is something that is very much required in the industry, and we are really good at it. Multitasking, empathy, able to relate to the situation or the people. And definitely, I'm sure the women engineers listening to this would be encouraged and influenced by the talk that you have given. Thank you so much, Shruti, for your time. It was lovely having you on She Codes. And it's a pleasure to have you, someone like you, who has been an engineer and an entrepreneur, a tech educator, So thank you so much for your time. And all the best for your company, your channel. And best wishes. Will be connected. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me here. It's my pleasure.
Thank you.